Last time out, we secured a Carabao Cup semi-final. Plus, we continued our lead at the top of the Premier League. The question is, we've played one game since. Have we continued to have that lead at the top of the table? And have we continued our unbeaten run? Hello and welcome to episode 61 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark and on today's episode we have for you two games. First of all, we travel to the Stadium Light for the away match against managerless Sunderland at the moment. Tony Mowbray, of course, going to Brentford. That's Premier League match day 19, halfway stage of the season. Well, near enough. As we cross over the two, and then we are home to our local rivals Arsenal in match day 20 of the Premier League, and we've played one game since you were last with us. We'll do a little bit of a look at that in just a moment, but don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series so far. Let me know what you would like to see me do next. And leave me a comment if you want me to carry on this series beyond the end of this current season that we're playing. Otherwise, we're going to draw it to a close and start something different. If you like it, either way, if you want me to finish, and leave me a comment. It'd be great. And don't forget, you can follow everything that's going on the channel by following me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. That's what you've got to do if you want to keep up with everything that's going on. As I said, we have played one game since you were last with us. We've completed. We've continued our unbeaten run. In fact, we were unbeaten in about 3, 6, 9, 10 games since that draw against Tottenham. But beyond and thingied everything else, we haven't lost now in 26 games. Our unbeaten run is 26 games since we lost on the opening day of the season to Liverpool, and that's in all competitions. Whether it can last much longer, because I'm not sure whether we get into the Carabao Cup semi-final against Manchester City. So we've got Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester City, and then Sparta Prague in the Champions League. That's all coming up in future episodes, so keep in tune with that, if you will. Right, as I said, we have played one game since you were last with us. Tony Mowbray, who was at Sunderland, moved to Brentford, and that's the team that we met at the Brentford Community Stadium in this one, and we got off to a bit of a poor start, a ropey start to be fair. Ivan Toney giving Brentford the lead after 25 minutes. Muembo up that wing, pushes it across to De Silva, out to Henry. Henry just sort of like floats it in for Tony to nod in past Mazulia. 1-0 then, and it looked as if it was going to be 1-0. We just seemed to not be able to hit the target. It's our usual style, 17 shots, 6 on target. Just seemed to be not just doing it. Just, I don't know, just something wasn't clicking. But Joe Gomez got up from a corner after 31 minutes. Ward-Prowse swings it into the back post, and Gomez gets up above the defenders. It's 1-1 at half-time then, and it was one of those that you just could have gone either way, really, until Ollie Watkins put away our second on 73 minutes. Upamecano and Vitic working together there. Wagnerman through to Watkins. Watkins steadies himself, puts it past Raya in the Brentford goal. It's 2-1 then. And a 2-1 finish it was, as I said, 17 shots, 6 on target, 2.42, 50% of the possession. They had 6 shots, 4 on target, 0.63 and 50% of the possession. That's how it ended. A player of the match award for Ollie Watkins on a 7.8. He literally got a goal. That's about it. I would have said Ward-Prowse was probably better, albeit his rating wasn't particularly good. He had an assist, 5 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances created. I would have said he was probably the better of the two players. So the Premier League looks like this going into our Boxing Day round of games. We have played 18 games along with Manchester United and Arsenal, the top three as it stands at the moment. We're top, 5 points clear of Manchester United in second on 40 points. 6 points clear of Arsenal in third, and we play them. It's a 6-pointer coming up. We could really turn that into a 2-horse race, but having said that, Arsenal are on a 5-match form as well, so they're not to be pushed over. It's got to come to a head, I think, one way or another, and they haven't drawn yet this season either, just to add to the mercy. Fourth, Chelsea on 35 points. Then come Aston Villa. They have a game in hand, by the way. Aston Villa still will remain fourth, though, even if they won that game in hand. Aston Villa have dropped down to fifth now on 34 points, having lost their last two matches. Manchester City are starting to pick up a bit of form. They've won the last three, are on 32 points, as are Newcastle, who are just behind them on goal difference. And then Tottenham just outside of the European places. Liverpool are up to ninth, having won 3 of their last 5, drawn the other one, lost one. They seem to be turning the corner now as well, but also on 23 points, Leeds United, and then come Everton and Crystal Palace on 22. Norwich, Southampton and Nottingham Forest in the relegation zone, 13, 12 and 10, just outside. 4 teams really just sitting above there, and it's a bit precarious. Bournemouth, Leicester, Luton and Sunderland all in the mix as far as relegation is concerned. There's a little bit of a gap then to Brentford, who have lost the 4 on the trot, and Tony Mowbray looking to turn that around very, very soon. Having said that, Crystal Palace, I've noticed, have lost their last 5 on the trot as well. Right, so it's all happening, and it's all going to happen today. Just a quick recap. We still have Emerson out with a torn calf muscle. He's out for 7 weeks. Still out for another 2 to 7 weeks. Tammy Abraham is sort of on the way back. He's 7 weeks, a week to 2 weeks away. We could do with him back, and I think we've been missing his prowess up front. So our fingers crossed to get him back into the mix fairly soon. Of course, we've got transfer window as well coming up in the not too distant future. Right, on to today's games then. We have Sunderland up first. We haven't played them yet this series because they got promoted, I think, last season, didn't they? They are without Jack Clark with a broken ankle, Patrick Roberts with fractured ribs. We've still got Emerson out, of course, with torn calf muscle. Tammy Abraham out with that thigh strain. And Kudos is due back tomorrow from international duty with Ghana. And it'll be good to have him back to mix it up in that attacking midfield role as well. Right, we go into this one then. We're looking to continue our run, but it's not going to be easy, I don't think. Well, the Christmas miracle has happened. Chelsea have beaten Manchester United by 3-1, which means that we have a 5-point lead over Manchester United and the game in hand to play against Sunderland. We just need Arsenal to slip up against Bournemouth, really. And things will be fine and dandy in the world of Football Manager 2024. Irons in the fire and all that. Let's go and have a look at the team then that faces Sunderland. And here is the team that faces Sunderland in this Premier League match day 19, the last game of the first half of the season. I say the first half, we've not played absolutely everybody because Arsenal we haven't played yet this season. But Brentford we've played both home and away, so they're how it works out. But it is the sort of halfway stage in the amount of games. Mazulia is in goal then. Gomez, Upamecano, Todibo and Wagnerman. Our defensive line, Lucas Paqueta, Vitic and Souček in midfield. Samadic is sat behind Bowen and Watkins up front. Trubin, Zuma, Friedel, Parisi, Kahera, Shalaga, Archie Gray, Ward-Prowse and Brett Kerr are all on the bench. And here we are at the Stadium of Light, and a 4-3-3 their formation. It seems that the AI has decided 4-3-3 is the best to combat us. They've won 2, lost the other 3 of their last 5. We continue with our formation. And we are top on 45 points. Sunderland are 17th on 14 points. Sat on that trapdoor as it is at the moment. They'll be fighting for their life today. And it's taken us to the 34th minute virtually for our first highlight. Gomez throws it in. Souček back to Gomez. Gomez finds Paqueta. Ooh, just gone wide. Very, very even affair so far. Just that one highlight in that first half. 4 shots, 1 on target, 0.60 and 55% of the possession. They've had 4 shots as well. The only difference is they've had 2 more on target than what we have. They have the same XG and only 5% less possession than us. They've not been given up. We need to find a way through. Looking for a better second half. Samadic with a corner, 47 on the clock. This one's deep. Todibo! And he's put it away. 6th goal of the season. We do take the lead after 48 minutes. So talking to at half time. A little bit of a change of the tweaking of the system. And once again, a set piece doing the business. Todibo putting it away. Wagnerman with a throw-in on that far side. It's a long one, but it's not getting through to its intended target. Wagnerman comes away with it. 49 on the clock. Vitic. Paqueta. Paqueta has Gomez outside him. Back to Paqueta. Paqueta! And I think the goalkeeper, did he not touch that? He didn't touch it. Gomez with the ball cuts inside. Gone out wide to Wagnerman. Wagnerman gets this into the box and it's pushed out. I think that's gone for a corner. Looked like it was going to squeeze in, but the goalkeeper pushing it around. Samadic, going to be a short corner this time. Paqueta holds the ball up for Samadic. Bowen is there. Back to Paqueta, but it's chipped in and Patterson catches it. They have a free kick. 69 minutes on the clock. They've made a change. Kiefer Moore is on up front. And they'll be looking to try and get this ball through to him. Well, let's hope that this highlight isn't what it's panning out to be, but Samadic sneaks in and wins that ball. Is he on his own? He has a go, and Patterson didn't touch it. And with 71 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes, both our wing backs coming off. Gomez, both tired, which isn't good news. Gomez is off. Parisi comes on to replace him, and Joshua Wagnerman on the right-hand side has been replaced by Thilo Carrera. And with 80 minutes on the clock, making our final 3 changes. Martin Vitic is off and Kurt Zuma comes on to replace him. We've also taken off Lazia Samadic and brought on James Ward-Prowse. And our final change is Gerard Bowen is off and Bretton Kerr comes on to replace him. Carrera heading that ball down. Ward-Prowse tidying up. La Paqueta. Upper Meccano. Paqueta. Paqueta finds Ward-Prowse. Kerr. Parisi out wide here. Can we add a second? It's crossed in. And Souček just heads it over. Good ball in by Parisi. But the end effect, not quite there. Missing Tammy Abraham up front for sure. Just wide. Mizulia with a goal kick. Just about to enter extra time. Zuma, Parisi, back to Zuma. Zuma finds Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse goes out wide to Carrera, who's playing on that right side. Carrera, can he get this ball in? No, he's got Souček in support though. Souček back to Zuma. Zuma comes in, finds Parisi, but Parisi sort of like flicks the ball on. He's kept it in play and he's kept it. He's got Upper Meccano there as support. In the first minute of 3 added minutes, Todibo, Souček finds a way through to Watkins. Watkins lost his angle. Carrera, ball still alive. Carrera crossed it in. It's bouncing around. It's gone in. And Brent Kerr gets his 2nd goal of the season. Our 2nd goal today. And on 91 minutes, we may take an unassailable 2-0 lead. And it's been not the easiest of watches, but we've managed to do it. And Brent Kerr finally getting a goal. And he's probably earned that. Got on the end of it. Tucked it away. And a highlight from the restart. Kiefer Moore getting us underway. Sirkin. Are they going to get one back? Hopefully not. Another clean sheet would be very nice. That one forward looking for Russin. Russin to Rig. Sirkin. Oh, nearly cut out by, who was that? Off his feet. Has to be careful. Ward-Prowse. And keeping them at bay at the minute. Brent Kerr on his own up front for the minute. And it's blocked. Oh, good save by Mazulia. Souček back to Mazulia. Mazulia, that's why he's number one goalkeeper. If that had been Trubin, it would have been in the back of the net. It was a good block, and Mazulia getting a hand to it. And Mazulia keeping the clean sheet once again. 10 shots, 4 on target, 1.76, 54% of the possession. First time that we've been better in possession recently. Sunderland, 7 shots. They've not been a pushover. 5 on target, 0.97, 46% of the possession. Todibo from a corner. Brent Kerr, a minute into added time at the end of the game, gives us a 2-0 lead and a 2-0 win. Comes to that. Another clean sheet. Todibo getting a player of the match for his work this afternoon. Well, a full roundup of games from today's Premier League matches on Boxing Day in 2025, and some scorelines that you'll be interested in. Arsenal beating Bournemouth by 3-0. Bournemouth not doing us any favours. Aston Villa lose again, this time to Tottenham at home. Brentford have lost 3-1 to Everton. Liverpool beating Nottingham Forest by 4-1. Manchester City continue their recent good form against Luton Town, 2-0. These all sides near the bottom, of course. Leicester beating Norwich 2-1. Crystal Palace beating Southampton 3-1. Our 2-0 win against Sunderland, and Leeds beating Newcastle 1-0, which leaves the table looking like this. We are top, 6 points clear of Arsenal in second place. Third, Manchester United on 40 points, 8 points clear of them in third place by virtue of the fact they lost to Chelsea. Chelsea move up into fourth place on 38 points. They do have a game in hand over us. And if they were to win that game in hand, they would be 7 points adrift of us. Manchester City climbing the table very, very slowly, but well. They are on 35 points. We have 13 points clear of them in fifth place. Aston Villa are sixth on 34 now. Tottenham move up into seventh on 33. Then Newcastle just outside eighth place. Liverpool and Leeds both on 26. Then come Everton and Crystal Palace both on 25. Norwich, Southampton and Nottingham Forest are in the drop zone just outside Luton and Sunderland. Bournemouth still hanging on in there, but they're not doing well. Leicester's opened a little bit of a gap up over Bournemouth now. So the bottom now is looking like 6 teams fighting for those 3 relegation places, or to avoid the 3 relegation places, should I say. Right, we're going down to the next game. It's a Premier League game, Premier League match day 20 against Arsenal. It's a 6-pointer. But having said all of that, Arsenal currently in second place. It's not going to be an easy day at the office, and the way we've been playing lately, I'm thinking that our unbeaten run could come to a juddering halt. So here we are on the 29th of December and looking down the precipice of a transfer window opening. We are without Aralda Thomas, who's unregistered. Emerson still out with torn calf muscle. Tammy Abraham still out with a thigh strain. They're missing Emil Smith-Rowe, who has a broken ankle. Past meetings against Arsenal. We lost to them at the London Stadium a couple of seasons back now. Beat them 4-0 last season, I think that was. 24, yeah. Around about this time last year as well. Beat them 4-0. And we beat them at their place towards the end of the season as well. A 2-1 win there. So on reasonable form. We've the only thing that we've lost to them is the Caribou Cup semi-final last season. Lost to them in the first leg by a 0-0 before beating them at the London Stadium. So recent times in the London Stadium, we've won both games. Let's hope we can go and do the same again today. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Arsenal in this Premier League match day 20. And here is the team that faces Arsenal. Mazulia in goal, Parisi, Friedel, Todibo and Gomez is our back line. Shalaga, Ward-Prowse and Upamecano in midfield. Samadic is sat behind Bowen and Watkins up front. And then on the bench we have Trubin, Zuma, Wagnerman, Vitic, Kahera, Souček, Gray, Paqueta, who could be, if he comes on, will make his last appearance for us before he goes off on the 1st of January, and Brent Kerr. And here we are back at the London Stadium, looking to try and keep this record going. They will close the gap to just 3 points if they win today. It's 6 points at the moment. They are on fine form as well, playing a 4-3-3 today, which seems to be, as I said, the AI's chosen formation. We are first on 48. Arsenal second on 42. Top of the table clash then. Five minutes on the clock. They have a free kick. Gabriel tries to get it out to Martinelli. It's headed on but not cleared. Saka is out wide all on his own. It looks as if it had gone out. Mazulia collects that ball, thankfully. And we're back underway. Todibo already with the yellow card. Mazulia out to Parisi. Parisi going down that wing. He's got round his man. Cuts it inside to Samadic. Samadic has lost the ball. Under... Oh, and he's won it back. Oh, and it's in. Watkins, Ollie Watkins. 6th goal of the season. Question whether he was offside. And VAR will look at it. It looks like it's been awarded. And on 7 minutes, we take a lead. Sambi Odegaard was robbed by Samadic. No, he was onside. Watkins pops it away. We'll see the lines now. Samadic sneaking that. There we go. It's being played on by this player here, White. Well put away by Watkins. And we've managed to get through to half-time, preserve that lead. We've had one shot, one on target, 0.39 and 39% of the possession. They've been quite rampant. They've had 9 shots, 2 of which have been on target, 1.09 and 61% of the possession. We're okay at the moment in front, but we could do with a little bit of a bigger cushion, really. Gomez with a free kick on 50 minutes to Todibo. Back to Gomez. Upamecano will need to come off fairly soon. Todibo. Gomez back to Todibo. Ward-Prowse. Todibo. Gomez, he's trying to get it down that wing and he's not having much luck. Todibo, switch it. Friedel now. Xavier back to Friedel. Finding a way through is proving to be tricky. Xavier. Parisi. And Parisi just give it away. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Gomez wins that ball though. It's punted over the top. Watkins! And it's gone wide. It's a corner. Ramsdale getting his hands to it. Ward-Prowse with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. It's flicked on. Back in there, but Ramsdale comes out and collects. Saka with that ball. Gomez saw the run of Watkins. And Watkins, a good save by Ramsdale. Or has it been 2-0? And with 60 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. Upamecano is off. Martin Vitic is on for him. And Joe Gomez, he comes off. And we've replaced him with Thilo Carrera. And with 76 minutes on the clock, making the rest of our changes. mainly because we're very, very, very tired out there. We've taken off Lazia Samadic. Ward-Prowse moves forward. Archie Gray comes on. We move Vitic into the middle. Ollie Watkins has come off. He's been replaced by Lucas Paqueta, making his final appearance for us. And Gerald Bowen has come off, and Brent Kerr comes on for him. Trossard, Tierney. Tierney comes forward. He pumps that one out. It's gone out wide of Saka. And Parisi gets a boot in. It's looking a bit dodgy. It's curled, but it's gone wide. Mazulia saw it wide. Friedel with a free kick out to Kahera. Todibo to Vitic. Giving it away. Tomiyasu. Odegaard to David. Tharam. Kahera wins that ball. Gray. Back to Mazulia. Mazulia has Friedel there. Parisi now down this wing. What's he going to do with this? Cuts it inside to Kerr. Kerr through to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse puts it away. Third goal is a question if he's offside. Third goal of the season if he does put it away. It is disallowed. It's not going to count. And we remain with a slender lead. I thought that was it. Oh no, he's definitely gone early. And we've managed to get a slender win against Arsenal. Whoa, 7 minutes in, Ollie Watkins gave us the lead. But Mazulia having a grand old game, a player of the match game to keep us in it. And just what the doctor ordered. We really did have to fight for that one. We had 41% of the possession against their 59. Only 3 shots, of which 2 were on target. 0.59 on the XG. They have 14 shots, peppered us, but didn't find a way through. 5 shots on target, 1.39. But we've got the better of them, and we will open our lead up at the top of the table. Well, I didn't notice that there was an injury to Mazulia, but the good news is it's only for 1 to 3 days. It's got a stubbed finger, so it may just well that we have to play Trubin in the next game. Don't really want to do that if we can help it. We'll see how he goes. Right, so let's have a look at the results from today. And here are the results. Liverpool drawing 3-3 with Bournemouth. Bournemouth are pulling themselves out of that trouble zone. Aston Villa continue their descent. Everton beating them 5-1. Manchester City lose to Leicester. Yes! They lose to Leicester 2-1. Brentford drawing 2-2 with Luton Town. Manchester United losing to Crystal Palace. Yes! Oh, boys and girls, this is turning out to be an absolute winner. Newcastle 1, Chelsea 1, so Chelsea don't make any ground on us. Nottingham Forest 4, Norwich 3, Southampton 1, Sunderland 1, Tottenham 2, Leeds United 0. A win over Arsenal. We have opened a gap at the top. 9 points over Arsenal in second. 11 points over Manchester United in third. 12 points over Chelsea in fourth. And so on and so forth. Tottenham are 5th on 36. Manchester City slipping back are 6th on 35. Aston Villa are 7th on 34. Newcastle just outside the European places are 8th on 33. Then there's a 5-point gap down to Everton in 9th. Crystal Palace in 10th on 28. Sunderland just outside. Sunderland and Luton just outside on 15 points. Bournemouth on 16. And Nottingham Forest, Southampton and Norwich all on 13 points in the drop zone. Have a 2-point gap now to those above them and starting to lose contact if they are not careful. So it's all happening. We're going away. We're going to play Norwich offline. Norwich currently 20th in the Premier League. Should be a win, but you never know. Then we're going to come back for Oldham Athletic, an FA Cup third round, and our first leg, a tie against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Join me for that and see if we can keep our unbeaten run going. It's extended now to about 27, 28 games, I think. and records are being broken all over the place. If you've enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of Irons in the Fire and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. New episodes of Irons in the Fire will be released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel when we bring out new stuff and all the rest of it is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 62. It's out on Monday. If you're not watching my other series, I want to know why. Leave me a comment. Let me know why you're not watching the other series. But if you're not, we'll see you next week. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.